I know they say the truth hurts, Xbox fans, but today you will open your eyes. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Axel Rose, the Shogun with the slogan. And if you don't know where it's been, you don't know where it's going. And yes, we are picking it back to talk some gaming facts. Let's go. Bruh, what the? Oh. Now, once again, I'ma drop that catchphrase, the disclaimer for those sensitive gamers. This is not an Xbox bashing video. Hell no, we are down with the barbecue of Microsoft. Now, we're just keeping it trill in our observations. Now, I am perfectly aware of the positive impact that Phil Spencer has had on the Xbox brand as a whole and the good work he's done. Even though at the Microsoft reveal, he was trying to push Skyping while playing video games, while watching TV, whilst listening to music, whilst... What the fuck? Now lately, it seems like our main man, Phil Spencer, has been on the microphone dropping them biblical sermons about gaming. Whether it's the technology side or the community side, our main man, Phil Spencer, has had bars and an opinion that should be expressed. And this is awesome, because never have we seen Microsoft be this transparent or this open, and it is definitely something to be appreciated. But to keep it 100% trill in these gaming streets, people, some of his message seems to be a little bit hypocritical. I'm going to break down 3 points and then maybe you can see where I'm going for this. Remember, people, don't get hurt. Let's go. Now, first let's talk about the situation and topics of where he stands on third-party exclusives. Now, we all know this has been kind of something that, you know, we don't like, but it gets done at Microsoft HQ. Hey, it is what it is, people. And Phil Spencer recently has said, hey, we've had enough, people. We are not doing this no more. And that is great to see Phil Spencer say, hey, we're not going to play this third-party exclusive game. But we have to look at the beginning of the generation where they relied heavily on third-party content. Games like Titanfall, Plants vs. Zombies, even games that haven't even come out yet, like Rise of the Tomb Raider, all third-party exclusives, or third-party timed content. And not just to bring up the past, but if we look at what they're doing now, most of their games that are being hyped as big Xbox platform saving exclusives are being developed by teams that are in-house. Let me break that down again, by teams who are not in-house. Quantum Break is being developed by Remedy, and Scalebound is being developed by Platinum Games. So whereabouts are you building internally, like we've seen companies like Nintendo and Sony do, to provide yourself with a future of titles? You've even gone as far to ignore cries for a new Battletoads, cries for a new Otogi. So it all seems a little bit suspect. Now, I am aware of Black Tusk, but even them, they're working on an old IP rather than coming out with something fresh and new. And I think this is part of the problem that Microsoft have with gaming, because with games like Gears of War and Halo, even though they're dope, we kind of know what to expect. And that's totally different from seeing new games like Bloodborne and The Order and being like, I'm not exactly sure what this is going to play like. Let me check this out. So that's one thing. Another thing I want to talk about is the whole headset fiasco. Now, back when Sony dropped Project Morpheus and everyone was getting excited because it actually looked like it could add something to what we love, Microsoft was quick to throw their hat in a ring with HoloLens and their partnership with Oculus. And do you know what? To be honest, in technology, it's a culture of, hey, if you're not first and if you don't have the biggest market share, you're going to be left behind. So Microsoft being hasty to get into it is definitely understandable. But Phil Spencer, right now, what he's saying about VR is that he hopes it's not successful and that he doesn't think it's a now technology kind of thing. And what this makes me think is, what kind of player hating bulltish is this, homie? Come on, Phil. You went from bundling an Xbox One controller with every Oculus Rift at a cost to Microsoft, not Oculus, to, oh, hey, I hope VR doesn't take off and I don't think it's a now thing, or I don't think people are ready for it. Then why publicly partner with Oculus in the face of Sony? The two things do not match up or make any sense. Next up, DirectX 12. Now, DX12 was initially announced by Spencer as a tool to help the Xbox One be a little less anemic. And who wouldn't want that? More frame rates, more resolution, that's all good. But since its announcement, it's gone from something that was fabled to be the secret sauce. Oh yes, it was going to be that A1 gaming greatness, to Phil Spencer shooting that rumor down with burning flames. But what is funny is that every so often we get these mysterious articles from developers we may or may not have heard of, touting DirectX 12 and the cloud's power. And realistically, even though Phil Spencer has said that before, it is false advertising if he does not reiterate that, especially if it's coming from people who are in fact working on video games. Now, we've also heard about the power of the cloud, that cloud gang up in this spot, and there's nothing wrong with the power of the cloud. I, for one, would love to see cloud-based games and, you know, see the power of my console extended. But all of this power of your Xbox being times by a certain amount, no, that has gotta go. Especially when it's not true about a console right out of the box. If the console's not doing it out of the box, I'm afraid it's kind of not true. And since we're gonna have all this cloud power returning, hopefully we're gonna have that family sharing returning too. Oh, okay then. But anyway, I just see that it's really funny that Phil Spencer has seemed to change his ideas on a lot of things that he came out talking about in the beginning. And since he's done that before, is it possible that he'll do it again? Anyway, let me know what you think. Shout outs on the screen. Hit them comments. Got a review of Saint Seiya coming soon, so make sure you stick around. And yes, you need to holler at your boy. Peace! We got fake gamer girls, frauds, overall liars. This community's gone to shit. I mean, what else can go wrong? Who else can come? Gaming Crackhead 2.0